Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to welcome you aboard today's flight.
Hello trader, welcome to another weekly Forex forecast. And this week could be highly volatile. Quite a few confluences could make this week volatile, as this is the last month and also the first week starting with NFP. And as the last NFP of this year, we can expect highly volatile market, and which is good for us as a trader. So therefore, I have shortlisted quite a few pairs that might give us trading opportunity in the upcoming week, starting with DXY, Euro Dollar, British Pound US Dollar, XAU USD, AUD USD, Dollar CAD, GBP JPY, and Dollar Yen. I'm going to do a complete multi-time frame analysis to see where we can find potential trading opportunity throughout the week. So before I begin this weekly Forex forecast, traders, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. So without further delay, let's get started. Okay, traders, so let's begin with DXY, as DXY can give us clear direction of most of the USD pairs. So starting with DXY and looking at, first of all, highest time frame, looking at the monthly chart to see overall picture in the market. And this is a long-term bull market. We can see that back-to-back 2 months DXY was in a strong bullish momentum. Now this is the monthly candle which is closed. We will see a new monthly opening. Now this monthly candle, if you closely look at, we can see that it crossed this significant important resistance line, grab the liquidity, and we can see the monthly close is below. Now there are two potential interpretation here. One is, as there is a long wick at the top, we could see that DXY is going up to fill that long wick. The other probability is for the market to straight drop back to this support level. Which one is going to play out? Now the probability here, what I think, that as there is a strong rejection and the market has broken this resistance, we can expect deeper pullback. Therefore, this month we can expect downside on DXY. And if we look at the weekly perspective, in that point of view, we can see that from the weekly, there are further probability for potential drop. Now, if we closely look at this move on the weekly, we can see that starting from this candle, all the candlestick pattern that we can see is bullish momentum, and there wasn't any significant pullback in that market. And as the price has hit that significant level of resistance here and also resistance here, if we look at the weekly resistance, we can see that this is a very high liquidity zone, and the price has passed that point and then closed back below. Therefore, with this strong move to an important key level can give that price back to the support level. So therefore, from the weekly as well, there is a probability for further drop on DXY. Now dropping down to the daily chart, we can see that a trend to the upside. Now this is where we saw that daily trend reversed from that level, and this is an important level of resistance here, which is an order block, and from that level we can see that DXY has made its move to the upside with a stronger momentum, followed by this pullback, and we can see that another move pullback. The market is forming series of higher high and higher low in this uptrending market. And from the daily, we can see that a couple of days the market has moved in a sideway. We see that there is a gap open here as well, and the market managed to break below. For me, what I think, that this could be a reversal pattern. Now at the same time, last day of trading week, we saw a gap open and the market has completely rejected from this level, forming a potential head and shoulder in that area. So therefore we can expect a potential reversal from that zone on DXY. Now if the market reverses from this level, we can expect couple of levels to be retested, one of these, and the other one is the order block. And I think that as this trend has potentially reversed, which we could see or we might see continuation, as probability is only the factor in trading. So what I think that if the market managed to break below after retest, we could see even potential retest of the order block in that zone this month or later. So if we look at the intraday perspective, we can see that from the 4-hour time frame, there is also a reversal pattern here. There is a long wick candle, which is in fact a strong liquidity grab, followed by which is a double top formation, and the market started to drop in that level with a gap open in this area with a stronger liquidity grab. And what I think that if you guys look at it, you can see that last day of trading week, there is a red bearish engulfer. In fact, it has grabbed liquidity, and also this candle has tested this important zone, filling that gap, and then got rejected. Therefore, with the market open, if we see that the market has broken above, can be an important zone that we can look for potential selling opportunity on DXY. And I think that that could be the probability. As the market will open, we could see another wave of bounce. That bounce could be a potential liquidity grab for moving back to the support level, and that could be the wave for this upcoming week. And with that being said, I will also keep you posted. Guys, make sure you subscribe and also press that notification bell. So with that being said, let's now look at euro dollar based on DXY, as euro dollar could be the mirror of DXY. And let's first look at the monthly chart again to see overall picture on euro dollar. Now monthly, we can see that euro dollar, as expected, the market has broken all this low from this support level. After this massive breakdown, it has managed to bounce back up again and closed above this support level. Now this monthly candle is quite significant, as it has got a very strong rejection to the upside on euro dollar. Now with that rejection, what we can expect for this market to retest and then to continue to rise again, as we can see a strong rejection. I think this month the market may remain bullish to the upside. Now if we look at the weekly chart, we can see that there is a as you guys have seen that in our previous analysis, this is what exactly expected after this weekly bearish engulfer to drop back below this support level, and the market has almost done exactly that as expected. Now if we can look at, we can see a potential pattern here, and what we can see that from the weekly perspective here as well, this is a support here. Long term, we saw there was a massive liquidity grab. The market has moved back to the resistance line and dropped back, broken that support and formed a lower high, and we can see the market again drop back to the same level, to the support level. And as the price every time creating a lower high, we can expect now a return back to the neckline of this another order block. So therefore, euro dollar from the weekly, what I think that either we could see a gap open or a strong liquidity grab and then bounce back up to the resistance line. Now if we look at the daily chart, we can see a little more clearer broken picture here. There is a doji on the daily, which is in fact a narrow doji with a strong liquidity grab. And that doji, what we can see that there is an, with that one, the market has formed a potential inverted head and shoulder, which can be a reversal confirmation, as this is an important support level that you can see higher time frame. And I think that euro dollar may respect this inverted head and shoulder and may continue to rise to the resistance line. Now looking at the 4-hour time frame, we can see a little more clearer picture. We can see that there was a gap open. The market filled that gap, which in fact a potential reversal, and we can see that afterwards there is a strong bounce followed by a pullback. And last day of trading week, it has formed a very strong bullish price action in that area. Quite a few candle has grabbed that massive amount of liquidity, and we see the market now forming series of higher high and higher low, which is a potential bullish continuation pattern. Therefore, with the market open, any pullback, and I think that the price even may respect this support level here. That can give us potential entry opportunity. Once the market open, I will be looking for going long after price action confirmation according to the rules of our strategies for this potential move to the upside with a high probability trade setup. Now let's look at British pound US dollar to see what kind of opportunity we have in this market. Now looking at GBP USD, looking at the monthly chart, we can see that from the monthly GBP USD, if you look at, you can see from here there is a strong breakdown, and as expected British pound US dollar dropped to that support level, and the market has broken that low, grabbed that liquidity and closed as a long week candle on British pound US dollar. And what I think that as the monthly candle closed, we can expect for the price to retest and then to continue to rise to create a new higher high. Now if we look at the weekly chart, we can see that on GBP USD, from the weekly perspective, there is a weekly bullish candle, and as we have seen, there is a massive drop here, broken all this low, and we can see from this support level on British pound US dollar form a bullish candle, and I think that that could be a continuation pattern to the upside, and expecting GBP USD now bounce back up to this liquidity zone. Now looking at the daily chart on British pound US dollar, we can see that there is a doji. The market has formed this inverted head and shoulder, breakout from that inverted head and shoulder, and then the price in fact has managed to bounce, breaking this important liquidity zone, and I think that the price may continue to rise to the upside after lower time frame liquidity grab and price action confirmation. Now if we look at intraday perspective from 4 hour, we can see a clean uptrending market structure. We can see that this is a resistance line here, which in fact there is a bounce pullback, and the market is forming series of higher high and higher low in this uptrending market structure. We can see that there is a 4 hour bullish engulfer, which is quite significant price action confirmation. As if we closely look at, we can see that it grabbed that massive liquidity from here, and the price might respect that level for long-term movement. Therefore, with the market open, my eye will be to enter after a price action confirmation for a potential bullish move to the upside with a high probability trade setup. Now let's look at AUD USD, and then we will be looking at also XAU USD, guys. So make sure that you stick till the end. And also, if you have any question, you can leave a comment. I do replay most of the comments that is posted on the channel. Now looking at monthly chart on AUD USD, we can see that from the monthly, this market also after this bounce managed to break below. Now this monthly candle closed as the price has tested this support level on AUD USD. We can expect for the price to potentially bounce back up to create a new higher high. Now if we look at the weekly chart, we can see that the weekly price action is showing also potentially bullish. We can see that from this level there was a massive drop to that support level, and after this drop the market has crossed this low, and then the price cross all this low, grab the liquidity and form a long wick doji in this area. Now with that long wick doji, what we can see, the price form that long wick doji, and that weekly candle in fact has liquidity in it as it has crossed this low, closed above, means that the buyers has bought from this important support level. And what I think that with the market open, we can expect potential reversal to the upside on the lower time frame. Now looking at the daily chart, we can see that from the daily perspective on AUD USD, we can see that from the daily perspective there is a long wick doji here. The market is forming series of higher low in that area on AUD USD, expecting for the market to come down for a deeper pullback and then to continue to rise with a reversal confirmation. Now looking at the 4-hour time frame on AUD USD, we can see that the market, this is a bullish channel with a multiple liquidity grab like the euro dollar and British pound US dollar. We can see that AUD USD as well has formed a bullish price action here, and with that bullish price action, what we can expect in this market for the price to come back down for a deeper pullback and then to continue to rise to create a new higher high. So as soon as we will find suitable price action confirmation for this potential bullish move to the upside on AUD USD, we will be looking for going long with a high probability trade setup. Now let's look at XAU USD. Let's see what kind of opportunity we have in this market. Now looking at the monthly chart on XAU USD, we can see that from the monthly, this is a long-term bull market. First, if we look at the historical perspective in this market, we can see that after this inverted head and shoulder formation, the market managed to break out, has come down for a pullback, and we can see another breakout, another pullback. Now we can recognize an important point here, that is that the market trend is getting a deeper pullback. So if we look at in this area, we saw that narrow pullback, and here we can see deeper pullback. Therefore, this month we might see a potential bounce, or we could see a range bound in that area on the monthly perspective. The bias could be to the upside as we see that there is a monthly close. What we can expect on XAU USD for the market after any pullback could see potential breakout. So therefore, let's look at weekly perspective to see what kind of price action it might be forming. Now from the weekly, we can see that there is a weekly candle closed with a long wick at the bottom. There is a strong bullish candle on the weekly, followed by we can see that there is a long wick candle in that area. Now if we closely look at, we can see that from the weekly perspective, this is the weekly candle with a long wick at the bottom. It represents that there is a buying happen in that area, and I think that this week, if the market drop to any of this support, that can give us potential bullish opportunity in this market. So from the weekly, we can expect a pullback and then potential bullish continuation. Now looking at the daily chart, we can see that from the daily perspective, we can see that back to back 4 days the market slowly moved in a sideways with a bullish pattern in it. So what do I mean by bullish pattern? If we look at the dojis here, we can see the market forming long wick rejection from the support level. Whenever the market breaking a daily low, getting a rejection. Whenever the market breaking a daily low, getting a rejection. So that's the sign that the buyers are active below the support level. That might push that price back to the upside. But at the same time, we can see that there is a daily rejection. So what I think that the market might move in a channel, and that could lead that price back to the resistance at the end of the week, or during this month, we might see the market moving in that direction. So to understand it a little more clearly, let's look at the 4-hour time frame. And I think that this is where we can understand a bit more clearly the potential movement in the market. So if we look at the 4-hour time frame, we can see the market is moving in this channel, which is basically a bullish pattern here. And if we draw this level, now we can see the market might be respecting this support level here. And what I think that this month we may see even a full range bound in that area, as first week of the month we could see increased volatility, but at the end of the month we might see low volatility due to the holiday season. So in that perspective, let's look at the 1-hour chart to see what kind of price action we can expect in this market. Now in my trading plan, I will be waiting for the market to drop to this liquidity zone. If we look at the 1-hour chart, we can see that the market had a breakout from this level, and after this long consolidation, we can see the market in that area managed to break below from the 1 hour perspective, and I think the price may continue to drop in the beginning, and that could be an important zone that we can look at. As we can see that this level, this zone at 2636 zone is a very important area of value. Aligning with couple of confluences, we see it's an order block, has an important liquidity in that area, and also aligning with the previous support here, support here, support here, and also support. And also there is a strong breakout from this level, so we will be looking for potential drop to that level, and as soon as we find a strong rejection from that zone, we will be looking for potential bullish trading opportunity on XAU USD for this potential move to the upside with a high probability trade setup. Now let's look at dollar CAD. Let's see what kind of trading opportunity we have in this market. Now looking at the monthly chart on dollar CAD, we can see that from the monthly, dollar CAD back to back 3 months as expected, there was a strong bullish momentum. Now this current monthly candle closed, and we can see the price has crossed all this high, and after crossing all this high, the price managed to break out, and currently the candle closed on the monthly with a doji, expecting for the market to drop down again to create a new lower low. Now if we look at the weekly chart, we can see that dollar CAD from the weekly, the market has broken this high from a long week candle, and as you can see, that weekly rejection has given dollar CAD a strong liquidity grab, and what I think that we could see now potential continuation towards the downside, and with that rejection, expecting dollar CAD to bounce back up to the neckline of this previous resistance, which is turning support here. Now if we look at the daily chart on dollar CAD, we can see that from the daily, this is the daily doji here, and there is a daily rejection followed by another doji. So these two daily candles in fact representing multiple liquidity grab, which can be a sign that the market is reversing from that level. Therefore, from the daily perspective, we can expect further downside on dollar CAD. Now looking at the intraday perspective, I will be looking at the 1 hour chart to see a little clearer picture. We can see that from the 1 hour, we see that there is a head and shoulder formation. Now this head and shoulder is significant. As we can see, there was a downward channel. The market tried to break out, but instead we saw a rejection from a head and shoulder. Now this head and shoulder could break below directly and continue to drop. The other probability is for the market to retest again and then to drop. As we see, there is a new monthly, weekly, and daily open. What I think that the market might try to grab more liquidity for deeper drop, as this market is changing its trend potentially. Therefore, if the market bounce back up here, grab the liquidity, we can look for potential selling opportunity. On the other hand, if the market didn't reach there, instead broken below, then we can look for potential entry on the retest of this neckline of this head and shoulder. Based on price action confirmation, we can look for potential entry opportunity in this market. Now let's look at yen pairs, looking at dollar yen to see what kind of trading opportunity we have in this market. Looking at the monthly chart on dollar yen, we can see that from the monthly, as we can see, this is the monthly candle, had a very strong rejection with a long week candle, and this monthly candle is quite significant, expecting dollar yen for the price to drop again below further. As we have seen, there is a rejection, expecting for the market to drop to that important support level, and we will be looking for potential entry in this market. Now if we look at the weekly chart, we can see that as expected, with a gap open from this resistance creating series of lower high, dollar yen managed to break down, and with that breakdown, what we can expect for the price to drop back down and to that neckline, as there is a high liquidity in that area. Now this is an important level of resistance line. As the market managed to break down, I think that dollar yen may continue to drop to the support level for further liquidity grab. Now looking at the daily chart, we can see that from the daily the market managed to break down, creating series of lower high in that area, and we can see there is a narrow candle formation on the daily with a strong bearish price action. What we can expect on dollar yen for the price to drop to back retest this neckline, as we can see with that reversal pattern here. This is an important support level here, support level here, support level here, expecting it to bounce back up, retest, and then to continue to drop again to create a new lower low. Now if we look at the lower time frame from the 4-hour perspective, we can see that dollar yen currently is in a downtrend, and this is the 4-hour candle, which is basically a very strong rejection to the downside after multiple liquidity grab. And I think the price might respect this resistance line. As we can see, there is a massive bearish candle. Therefore, with any lower time frame price action confirmation on dollar yen, we can look for potential selling opportunity if only the price action shows that confirmation to this level with a high probability trade setup. Now let's look at GBP JPY. Let's see what kind of trading opportunity we have in this market. Looking at the monthly chart on GJ, we can see that from the monthly perspective, this is the monthly price action. There is a monthly bearish candle here, and with that massive drop on the monthly on GBP JPY, as the price expected drop back below what I think that this is the monthly close, as it has a very strong rejection, we can expect now further downside on this market on GJ. And I think that with the drop, the price may even come back to this support level. Now, if we look at the weekly chart, we can see that from the weekly perspective, this is the weekly price action here. It's a massive drop from the weekly. Every week, the market was forming series of lower high. And what we can see that this is the weekly price action here. It's a strong bearish candle on the weekly. On GJ, what we can expect for the price to come up for a pullback and then to continue to drop to the support level. Now, if we look at the daily chart on GJ, we can see that the market trend is down. We can see the market is forming series of lower high in that area on GBP JPY, and if we closely look at, we can see the market basically may retest this previous support turning resistance and can expect it to continue to drop to that order block, as we can see that strong rejection from that level with the reversal confirmation, and we can expect the market to continue to drop to the downside. Now looking at the intraday perspective on GJ, we can see that the market multiple times grab that liquidity in that zone, which is a sign that the market may continue to drop further, and we can see currently the price in a pullback, expecting with the market open to bounce for a deeper pullback and then to continue to drop to create a new lower low. So as soon as we will find suitable entry opportunity on GBP JPY, we will be looking for going short with a high probability trade setup. Traders, if you enjoyed this analysis, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. So with that said, thank you, and I'll see you soon in my next analysis.